At Morrisons, we've been working with IES for 2 years now. The initial relationship started over trying to define products within our LED lighting selection. The benefit of working with IES is they're an independent solutions provider. So we were able to take a number of different suppliers' lighting equipment, test it and find the exact one for our environment. In the initial stages, we couldn't even find one that matched what our requirements were. So IES helped us with the suppliers develop that product range to find a retrofittable solution within our stores. Prior to engaging on any project with IES, we faced a number of issues with any energy efficiency project rollout. The problem with our estate is that a number of our supermarkets were acquired through purchase of other supermarkets and not through natural growth. This meant that although the stores looked the same to the customers through our branding and signage, they were very different behind the scenes. A lot of the building services were different. Therefore, it meant before we started any projects, we just really didn't know what was there, and we had to undertake a number of different surveys to find out exactly what was behind the scenes. In the first instance, we approached IES to help us identify the correct suppliers for LED lighting. There was a number of different ones out there, and it was very difficult to fully evaluate the systems that were being offered to us. IES helped with that, and they helped with product development for the ease of engineering and retrofit into an existing estate. IES really understood our issues from day one. They embraced technology and were able to implement a method of surveying through technology that instantly after the survey provided an answer to my desktop. I was able then to evaluate in real time whether the return on investment was viable, and we were able to give orders to start work. This really speeded up the process, because what's important to us is that any capital project is precious in terms of having to return a quick return on investment throughout the first financial year. Therefore, it's imperative that any project gets off the ground quickly. Because IES were able to survey the properties and feed me that real time, I was able to make quick decisions and deploy the solution. Working with IES, they made any project straightforward. The difficulty was engaging with store staff on many of our projects because we're in a live retail environment. They were able to contact the store staff, work with them, educate them in what we were trying to achieve, deploy with minimal disruption to sales, and also through their modern approach in utilising engineers all around the country. We also had a team afterwards who were experienced in working our estate, who were able to attend in 4 hours and deal with any snagging issues or any warranty issues from the product they were installing. IES's methods of deployment made any project very straightforward. Looking back, probably the simplest project they undertook was the LED lighting to sales area. Furthermore, when they took on the switch off and disconnect project, they were able to engage with the store staff, educate them in the approach we were taking. The problem was that if we got that wrong and we took out too many lights, we affected the point of sale, and to a retailer that's a no-go area. So we had to be very stringent in our approach. We gave them a list of opportunities. The engineers walked the floor with the store management and agreed anything beforehand. After deployment, again we got up-to-date reports on exactly what had taken place, which gave a quick and easy method to evaluate the return on investment. What stood out most with IES was their approach to any project and the flexible arrangement they have within the business. We've tried before to deploy projects with our incumbent project teams, whether they be on the new builds or whether they be part of the maintenance structure. But we found they found problems rather than solutions to anything that they looked at with our estate, and also added unnecessary cost because of what they were used to. IES brought a fresh and clever attitude to the way we wanted to work. Some of the larger companies we work with are very inflexible in their approach. As you can imagine, with a large corporate company like ourselves, we are dictated by corporate governance. When we come across companies with the same problems, it almost strangles any project before it gets off the ground. Their approach to be able to identify our issues and develop a business around that was really refreshing. We continue to work with IES on finding energy efficient projects to deploy. We've done an awful lot of work on sales area lighting, and we will continue to deploy LED lighting across our estate. We're leading the way in terms of supermarkets. We've deployed over 200 stores with LED lighting. We're also looking back of house. We're also looking at more areas where we can switch off and disconnect redundant lighting. IES have invested a great deal of time in our estate, and we will continue to work with them to find the right solutions.